Minecraft have finally introduced Netherite Horse Armor to the game. This can be crafted using Diamond Horse Armor. We also have the introduction of a brand new coral-based mob, a bunch of quality of life changes. This update is very close. This is the Minecraft version 1.21.130.26. So a few things to get started. Minecraft have confirmed that these are now the final features for this game drop. And this will be releasing a little bit sooner than we probably expected. With that being said, this will conclude all of Minecraft's game drops this year. It's been a full year of game drops. Would love to know your opinions. What would you rate it out of 10? Not this one, I mean collectively. And the reason why we know this, not only because they have given us the article, but we also have a brand new main menu panorama. Now, just as a heads up, guys, the latest beta and preview is incredibly buggy. The snapping with the cursor issue is still there. I know a bunch of you on PlayStation and Xbox are experiencing lag issues and so on and so forth. We are hoping for a main version hotfix very, very soon, but they've kind of gone back to basics with this brand new panorama. What do you think of it? Obviously, behind my character, we have the drowned with a trident on a Nautilus. A little bit further this way, we do have the Camel Husk, and we also have the Parched, I think it is, with spears and stuff like that. But yeah, I like this one. It's just very basic. Reminds me of old school Minecraft. There you go. It's just coming into frame right now. Camel Husk. We have a husk. We have the Parched. And they're wielding, of course, a spear. Just as I'm loading into a game, top left, you can also see the zombie horse, a zombie, and a spear. We are starting today's video with the new video settings. A bunch of you in last week's beta and preview were like, hey Echo, how come you didn't showcase it? I never had access to it. So if we go to options, tap on settings, and scroll down to video, I have the new settings now. Now, it's still a work in progress, so if you do have feedback, give them feedback on things you do and do not like. We also have in-game graphics mode switching at the top now. Previously, this was located at the bottom. This has to be turned on in the main menu in order to switch from fancy to vibrant visuals in-game. Now, I like it, but it's very stretched. That's the feedback I have right here. So obviously they're kind of changing everything to do with the UI for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So I'd love to know your opinions on this. Do you like the change? I like that there's a lot more detail behind each thing. So if you were tweaking this or learning this, you could understand in a lot more detail. I think the render distance being like this is way better. Way, way better. I mean, I could go up to 96 chunks. My PC isn't going to like that. Honestly, I don't really play with far chunks on. I feel like it's not needed. But yeah, every other setting that you've been familiar with will be inside of here. Now, one thing I will say is the UI modifier. I'm not sure if this just changes inside of here. 75 looks a little bit better here. But this obviously completes the whole entire screen. But yeah, view bobbing's a little bit further down. These settings were a little bit further up. I feel like it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. They obviously did this recently to accessibility. I get a lot of comments saying it's ugly in here. What's with all the spacing? It's not going to stay like this. Their plans is to alter every single settings option. It's just taken quite some time. Next, we have features and bug fixes. Mounts of Mayhem, the Camel Husk. So, I was telling you guys in the last beta and preview that I couldn't find them. It turns out it was bugged. Husks and Parched riders no longer look for a new mount after being dismounted. That was quite a funny bug. Camel Husk now has the correct hitbox when spawned. Camel Husk now spawns in the desert. It didn't. Camel Husk no longer dismounts passengers when entering water, mirroring the behavior of the regular camel. This is an issue that I showed you last week. Camel Husk ambient sounds now play at a slightly lower volume. Now, bear in mind, guys, there's a horrible snapping bug here. You can see it in action. You guys in the comments said it was something to do with a brand new camera being introduced or something. I don't know, but it's annoying. Now, these guys, let's see. So on Java, they sync. On Bedrock, they don't. Interesting that. In fact, I haven't tested this in the latest snapshot, so I don't know if that's also been altered. But yes, now you can actually swim with your undead camel. I didn't want to miss out on our camel friends this time, so I did manage to find one, and I went ahead and trapped this. If I get a / game mode S, these guys will in fact hunt you down. Bro, this camera issue, like, somebody reported it and it's meant to be fixed, but like, it's clearly not. They did do some alterations, but yeah, these guys will definitely hunt you down. Let's see if we can find any more of these and how frequent they might be on Bedrock Edition. Managed to find another one. They just spawn a lot more consistently. Now, if I remember correctly, there's also a chance of you finding the regular Camel Husk on your journey as well. But yes, I knew it was bugged last week. I was going insane with this. Minecraft have added a brand new Coral Zombie Nautilus. Now, it works basically the same as the other versions as well. It's just a new Zombie Nautilus variant. Spawns in warm oceans, replacing the normal Zombie Nautilus. Visual variant functions identically to the normal Zombie Nautilus. So inside of your warm oceans, obviously we still have the regular Nautilus. And again, guys, I keep apologizing for this stupid snapping issue. There's nothing I can do with this camera issue. If anyone knows how to fix it, please let me know. It's something to do with the cursor centering. Actually, I've just seen one. Nowhere to go. This darn camera is freaking me out. There it is. It's right there. There we go. So yeah, instead of finding the zombified version, you find a zombified coral version. They still like this. They can still be ridden. You can still put armor on it, and it functions the exact same way practically. It's a really cool looking Nautilus. And if you do want to actually test this, you can do / summon and do the, in fact, if you type in Nautilus, you can just summon it in this location and it will give you this, but it's coated in coral. One of my friends was like, why can't I shear this and get a piece of coral from it? I don't know if that's cruel or not, but yes, if you obviously attack these, same applies. It's gonna headbutt you. It's not gonna like that. But obviously can be tempted with these. Oh, okay. Can you breed these two? Actually, don't even know if that's possible. I don't think it is possible. What about if I... Nope, it just mounts him. Darn it! Alright, anyway. Brand new Zombie Nautilus introduced. This has been outlined as mount improvements. They've added Netherite Horse Armor. Can be crafted at a smithing table using a diamond horse armor and a netherite ingot and an upgrade template. It provides 19 armor points. This is what it looks like right here. But again, you can't craft it on its own. It needs to be done from diamond. Same process as any kinds of diamond-related things. Inside of here, put your horse armor, put the templates, put the netherite ingots, and the outcome is going to be netherite horse armor. And I'm telling you now, the saddle part absolutely pops with this. So this is what it looks like on a darker horse. This is what it looks like on the brown horse. And yes, this can go on your zombified horse, which is actually quite important because this is going to be needed in order to protect the horse from burning. This is awesome. The ultimate drip now is netherite armor, netherite spear. So I like this. I don't know why they waited for a very long time to introduce it, but look how good it looks on the back of this horse, bro. I'm going insane with this darn bug. 3 or 4 weeks I've dealt with this, man. It's honestly killing me recording these videos. But yeah, netherite horse armor after 5 years was added. We have some changes to the Nautilus. These are more quality of life. Nautilus doesn't produce dash attack sounds when spawned and attacked on land. Zombie Nautilus now also plays their hurt sound when taking damage on land. Breath of the Nautilus is now considered an ambient mob effect. Using shears on a Nautilus will now first remove its armor and then the saddle. Baby Nautilus no longer has a gap in its model. Added an inventory screen to the Nautilus. Fixed a visual issue in the Nautilus model that caused the top parts of the shell to protrude. So these guys now have their own inventory. Now, if you tame one of these, it has its own inventory. Let's put a saddle on it. Let's get on this. It has its own inventory, so you could technically store things. It's actually pretty cool. Obviously, if you do go ahead and shear this now, it takes off the armor, then the saddle, which I think is definitely the right way to do it, in my opinion. But yeah, he's got his own little inventory. Although it's not his own inventory. It just means that it's your inventory. Ah, okay. So it doesn't have storage, which does actually make a little bit more sense. Some people say they don't like it. I think it's a good idea. It's not really a big deal, but it's still good. I don't want him to die. Come on. I like these guys. They're so cool. I'm so excited to check these out. And apparently the model for the baby was improved. So the Parched has also been given a couple of quality of life changes. It says Parched now take freezing damage while in snow. Parched will no longer be affected by the weakness status effect. Fix the Parched being able to hit the Husk driver while riding a Camel Husk. Fix the Parched being able to hit the Camel Husk it's riding. And creepers now drop music discs when killed by a Parched. So we're going to change our game mode here. Check this out real quick. So Parched in here. A creeper in here. Game mode to survival. If he does, in fact, kill the creeper now, you have a chance. What the? Bro, there's no way. There we go. He now is going to kill a creeper. The creeper will, in fact, drop. Bro, come on. You got to be a little bit more accurate than that. There we go. It takes a good few hits. Come on. Nope, he missed. This is the most inaccurate Parched to date. Couple more times. There we go. One more. Please. Nope, still not enough. And again, please. Still not dead. Oh, bro, how many arrows do you need? Finally. Okay, we could change our game mode to creative. And on this occasion, we had music disc C41811. And if you do put this inside of some kind of snow, eventually it is going to freeze and it will take damage. Just like the rest of the mobs that we have. As you can see, it's starting to freeze down there. Eventually will die. We have a few changes to the spear. Once again, it's all quality of life. Wooden spear attacks now always play their sound effect. Animals defeated in one hit by charge attack of a spear with fire aspect enchantment will now correctly drop cooked food. So if you killed a cow, it's going to be cooked beef. If it's going to be a pig, it's going to be a pork chop. The spear now has a dedicated attack and interaction prompts when playing with a controller. The spear's lunge attack can now be used in creative mode regardless of hunger. Zombies, husks, piglins, and zombified piglins wielding a spear now properly charge and retreat while mounted. So apparently that was slightly bugged, but apparently this was also not making the correct sounds as well. So if I was to summon a good friend here, we charge and it dies. It should be a cooked version, which it is. It's going to be the same for this as well. Hold on, we got to bob out. Dude, this game is killing me, honestly. If you ever want to make Minecraft difficult, just go and play the preview. It's the hardest experience to date. But yes, spear improvements. The wooden one now plays their sound attack correctly. Apparently, it didn't. A few changes with the zombie horse. These are more quality of life yet again. Zombie horses can now be leashed when they are untamed, but not when mounted by a zombie. Old zombie horses will now properly upgrade with new components. Obviously, people that have used commands to get them or creative mode. Wild zombie horses will now become unleashable if a zombie mounts them. Zombie horse's spawn egg now matches the color tint of the zombie horse. Zombie riders no longer look for a new mount after being dismounted. And it says, zombie horses now spawn less frequently on peaceful difficulty. So apparently the color of this was slightly wrong. But these guys can now be leashed. As long... Do I have a leash? As long as there isn't a rider on them. Now, if we was to just grab this one real quick and place this down. Oh, he's going to perish. Oh, I'm sorry. I got no armor for you. I always keep forgetting about that. But anyway, yes, they've also been improved. Just like the regular Nautilus, the zombified version has the exact same changes. It says doesn't produce dash attack sound when spawned and attacked on land. Breath of the Nautilus is now considered an ambient mob effect. Added an inventory screen to the zombie Nautilus. Fixed a visual issue in the zombie Nautilus model that caused the top of the shell to protrude as well. The exact same changes that we went through on the regular one. Bro, this is painful. Character Creator fixed an issue where remote player skins would sometimes change to a default skin when they moved in and out of render range. We have a bug report. Other players' skin appear as Steve/default on Android. Not just Android, though, because I did encounter this on Windows. But it basically says that I was playing with my friends before the update. He could use the skin normally. Now he can't, and they basically were Steve. Sometimes people are using a skin, but to your friends, it looks like you're using a default one. Apparently, this has now been resolved. Moving on to commands, the clone commands will no longer clone extra blocks, sharing a position with a filtered out block gameplay. Legacy tree features now respect biome borders. We have a bug report. Cherry trees can generate insides of other trees. They gave us a seed, they gave us the coordinates, but we don't have any pictures. If you had that issue, it's now been fixed. A couple of graphical fixes here. They said, fixed water being rendered opaque, fixed an issue where blocks moved by pistons are too dark, added kelp block to the list of blocks affected by dithering when near the player camera, fixed blocks flashing yellow when pushed with a piston with vibrant visuals enabled, reduced flickering, and fixed incorrect reflections on low roughness materials with height maps and vibrant visuals, fixed damaged particles sometimes rendering as black with vanilla renderer, fixed archaeology items sometimes rendering as nearly black, light absorption in water has been changed from 2 to 1 units to match Java. So if you played Bedrock for a long time, this was definitely to do with the shadowing of blocks sometimes, where when you move them, they would kind of be much darker than they actually are. These have now been resolved. The dithering issue is basically, obviously, when you go inside of kelp. We've obviously had this with mobs and players and sugarcane and everything else, glass. Now, obviously, you can see here, you can see very clearly. I like to have the dithering on. Some people hate it and like to have it off. We do have inputs where apparently they have fixed this issue that I'm showing you, but they definitely haven't. Let's read the change log. So these are the input changes. I've actually just went ahead and commented on one of these, but it says on-screen keyboards will no longer appear over the chat. Again, that's an issue that we have seen in the past. Fixed a bug on Windows where resuming the game with Task Manager open caused the cursor to stutter at the center of the screen. Now, there is a video with this one. This one's slightly different, but you can see here, I've had this issue when you're out of Minecraft the program. This happens. Not only to do with Task Manager, it's to do with a whole range of things. GKD game continues to track mouse cursor movements when the cursor is in other windows. So again, we've been over that one. And then obviously we have this one. Pressing any mouse button after moving the cursor and closing the GUI often causes the player to randomly snap. So this is the issue that we've kind of encountered. You can see this. I'm not alone, am I? Please upvote this, guys. This is the major issue I'm having, but it's nothing to do with the UI this time. Because I'm not in the UI, but I'm still having this problem. Changes with mobs, wolf shadow, and model are now centered. We have a bug report. This has been an issue for a couple of years, actually. So basically, if you probably never noticed this unless you paid close attention. If you look at the model, it's slightly off here. You can see it a little bit more. It's not centered. This whole time, it's been bugged. Yes, that's now been fixed. I'm going to try my best to tame a wolf here. Let's see. Now, I mean, he still don't look centered to me. Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? He definitely doesn't look centered there. That's 100% not been fixed. Oh, darn it. Darn it, they're going to kill everything. Yeah, I'm telling you now, this 100% has not been fixed. That is 100% not centered. Fixed some goat sounds not being controlled by the friendly mob slider. Piglins will no longer scream with enthusiasm while admiring gold. We have a bug report. This needs no introduction. They just spam their sounds and they're super happy to see the gold. Now it's, let's just say, less aggressive. They will instead do a courteous grunt of acknowledgement. Very polite, just like on Java. So if I grab a whole bunch of these, we do / summon a piglin. We throw a bunch of these on the ground. They're no longer being super aggressive. They're just admiring. So it says, only baby zombie jockeys and baby husk jockeys can ride the following mobs. So quite a few inside of here. Adult chickens, untamed ocelots, untamed cats, untamed wolves, adult zombies, adult husk, adult zombified villagers, adult zombified piglins, cows, adult unsaddled pigs, and all of these spiders that were not spawned as jockey mounts. And then I think that's it. Dude, I hate this. It's been so difficult to record this. So yeah, same information as I already put inside of there. Cave spiders that were not spawned as jockey mounts. Zombie and husk that have been spawned as their rider configuration can only ride zombie horses and camel husks respectively. Dolphins no longer spawn in the cold ocean or deep cold ocean biomes. Realm, stability, performance, user interface. Finally, let's read that change log. If anyone's made it through today's video, I applaud you. It's been so difficult to record, but these are all of the changes that they made. Once again, massive amount of user interface fixes and changes. If you're interested in them, feel free to read the change log. Technical updates. Apparently, this is a pretty good one for technical players. I'm happy to keep you all updated, even if I have to go through the pain of recording with such a broken issue. I'll leave the report down below. If you could upvote it, I really appreciate it.